From Sigma Woman, this is the Business for Aligned Women podcast. I'm your host, Clara McKay, your aligned business coach and advocate for all things showing up for your vision. This is a no BS space for brave-hearted women who are actually craving change. I'm dedicated to bringing women's visions into reality, equipping women with all they need to build an abundant future, and shutting down all of the ways that you keep yourself small. Here, we're all about a women-centered approach, non-negotiable value alignment, and making bank without compromising your well-being. Each week, you're already one step closer to your most aligned and abundant future. This week, we are talking about my general approach of no hustle, no hype, no fluff, just grounded business advice. I wanted to specifically highlight this, and I'm showing you guys, this is one of the ways that you would talk to your audience about your unique selling point. This is a unique selling point of my business. I'm not doing it in a hustle way. I'm not doing it in a hype way, and you're not going to get a ton of fluff that you wish you hadn't paid for when you work with me. The paying for heaps of fluff and feeling like nothing happened with other business coaches is probably one of the most frequent reasons why people don't want to sign up with me. If they're hesitant to sign up, they will say that's why I paid someone else and it was just fluff. It was just like manifestation and this and that. And I didn't feel like anything changed in the process of working with them. Yeah, sometimes I will talk about using your astrology in your marketing, but it's strategic. It's not just fluff and random. We do take 3 really beautiful deep breaths before we get into a call and ask you to connect to your deeper self so that when we talk, your responses are coming from that deep place. But I'm not giving you random fluff or emotionality just for the sake of it to take up your time that you have paid for. I also got some feedback from a beautiful client who said something that I didn't realize I needed to hear. Like I really needed someone to validate that what I was doing was okay, because I'm not saying that me offering no hustle, no hype, no fluff grounded advice is I'm the only person on the planet doing it. I'm not. But it is definitely a little bit more unique than most straightforward business coaches. And this piece of advice or feedback was that she thanked me for providing such a safe space that her nervous system was able to calm down and down-regulate in calls with me. Whereas a lot of what she'd experienced with other business coaches was that they were relying purely on hype. So maybe when she bought the program or she was engaging with their marketing, she felt really hyped up and upregulated, and that was exciting. But the actual outcome of what she paid for wasn't in correlation with that level of hype. It's a bit of fake hype. It's a bit of getting you overexcited and getting you upregulated to sign something. And she said, I'm so grateful that you weren't like that. And I really, really hope that you continue to be yourself in that way. And as someone who is not doing hype and not doing hustle, when I see every single other business coach, pretty much apart from one other person that I can think of, just pushing that, it is really a big deal for me to hear that and to be able to reflect that back to you if you're thinking about doing coaching with me. I personally and with my clients prioritize self-regulation to the nth degree and processing and all of that kind of stuff, and making sure that you're taking physical care of yourself and that you are living a life that is embodying your highest values, aka you are in integrity, you are congruent, and that makes business not only very different, but much, much more sustainable. And I think also more feel good, to be honest. So the point of this podcast episode is not to poo-poo other business coaches. That is not the point. I just want to highlight some differences. And I will say that if I was in my early 20s and I was a business coach, maybe I would be doing it like this as well. I don't know, but I am definitely not in my early 20s. So I see a lot of other business coaches really pushing a way of approaching business that would not only affect female hormones, sex hormones in a really negative way long term, potentially even affect reproductive health, but also doing business in a way that the only destination is burnout. There is no other end goal with doing business to that level of hustle. And I can speak from personal experience, not hustling in my own business, but hustling for other people's businesses and getting burnt out. If that is how you are operating and that is how you're going into your days, you will only be leading to burnout. 2025 is the year in business that you get your marketing set from the foundations up. It's so important to make sure that you have really strategic foundations in your marketing before you do anything else. I work with a lot of women who've gone and invested in beautiful photography or beautiful branding or getting their website built or all of these things, but they haven't got these basic foundational non-negotiables in their marketing. When you don't have this, all of that effort and investment, time and energy will be wasted because we can't come up with really great marketing ideas if we don't know who we're specifically talking to in our business and these other foundational pieces that are required by every single business, no matter what you do, no matter if you're product-based or service-based or who you serve. Getting these foundations right will allow you to meet and speak directly to the people who are ready to buy from you and work with you. You can start this today in the Brand Magnetism 101 training. Jump in the show notes now. Most of the women in my community are quite self-aware, quite interested in their health and their well-being, and burnout is just not somewhere that they're aspiring to go. And it's also out of alignment with how they want to be in the world. Not everyone, but I think most of you, I can safely say that. You know, it's cute when you're 20, 5 a.m. ice bath, 15 espresso shots, and working all day until midnight. You're going to be bored by the time you're 35, and then you're going to be upset about it. Okay. And we don't want that for any of you. In kind of a similar vein, I heard a prominent business coach who I really look up to the other day say that she routinely works 14-hour days. That's not for us. Okay. Good on you. I'm glad you love your work that much that you're even able to do that. That is not the way I want you to run your business. That is not life. That is not living. That is not pleasurable. That is not cultivating healthy connection and relationship. That is not getting time to explore and play and experiment and be creative in your life. That is not healthy. That is not safe. That is not sustainable. But this is what is the norm for business coaches. And it's kind of funny because every now and then I will have a client who balks at how much work I expect them to do or how much work I tell them running a business will be. And I always think it's really funny because it's like, if you were working with one of these people, it would be 10 times. Like I do it in a really gentle way. And I do help you set your business up so that you can work smarter and less, not harder and longer. We are aiming for streamlined, simplified, systematized, low touch point, more passive businesses. We want them automated and we want systems and structures so that we are not having to be in our freaking DMs every day of the week. This is where I'm aiming. So if this is sounding like nourishment for your soul and it's sounding like this is the kind of way I want to do business in 2025, and you have been put off by other coaches or coaches with fluff, or you do see other coaches and you go, well, how much of this program is manifestation? Because I'm pretty good at manifesting already. I already have my own practices. I want you to know that this is what we're aiming for. If you are like, yes, please, I want to invite you to contemplate joining us in the 6-month sustainable success system for energy aware women business owners. We're starting in March. It's 6 months one-to-one with me. It also includes monthly self-led trainings that give you every single foundational, seriously functional, important thing that you need to have set up or understand in your business to make sure that your business is set up for success. It is streamlined so that we're not spending time talking about things that are not individual and unique to you. It is set up in a way so that you can either set everything up and do all of the classes in the first week that you get it and just run out of the gates. Or if you want to do things slowly and self-paced, you can do the classes each month and you can check in with me in our one-to-one calls. This is a new way of doing business. This is an energy aware, women's body, safe and healthy, specific way of doing business. We start in March and you can book a free call in the show notes. You can also sign up today on my website in the show notes if you are ready to stand in your gentle power and start doing things differently. If you can't tell, getting to share this time with you is something that I find truly sacred. I know that you're busy, but if you've taken anything away from our time spent together today, could you extend the love and share this episode with a friend, your community, or on your socials? Tag me so that I can see it and I can share it too. Or when you have a spare moment, leave the podcast for review. These things cost you nothing and will mean so much to me. Let's get this resource into the hands of more women visionaries and help us collectively move towards our most aligned way of being and doing business together.